Welcome back to the Holistic Ease podcast, friends. I want to wish you a happy new year. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 things that might be missing from your New Year's resolution. So, as the recording of this podcast, we are in that first week of January, and this is the part of the year where everybody's excited about all of their new healthy changes that they're going to do. Now, don't get me wrong, healthy change is amazing, and I fully support it, and I'm fully on board with it, provided that you are including the important things that you need to in your resolution and making sure that there aren't any things that are missing. So I want you to think right now about what your ideal lifestyle would look like in 2021. And I want you to think about the intentions, the goals, the resolutions that you've made so far in this year. So here is what I feel happens with a lot of us. We want a large change in our life. We want a different lifestyle, but very often we focus our scope of our goal setting too narrowly, meaning if I lose 20 pounds, my life is going to be amazing and I'll finally be happy. If I can just lose that belly fat, then I know I'm going to be able to accept myself, right? So I know that I am very guilty of this, have been extremely guilty of this in the past. And I know that I'm seeing a lot of posts out there from people that are in that what we call the inception phase of habit change. So the inception phase of the habit change is like this sexy phase, right? It's like where you're still excited about everything that you decided that you were going to do, and you haven't fully tasted the work that it's going to take to get there yet. Here's the problem. What happens after inception is you hit the wall, right? You start talking yourself out of your healthy habits. You self-sabotage. You have those self-limiting beliefs that are coming into all of your behaviors. You are no longer emotionally motivated to continue your habit change. And then what happens? So many of us go into a shame spiral, and we think that the reason that we can't change, the reason that we're not healthier, the reason that we haven't achieved whatever it is that we want to achieve is because of our character flaws within us that we feel ashamed about, when we don't realize that there are some very specific things that are happening in the brain that the brain has to move through in order to create healthy change. So this is what I want to share with you first off before I get into what might be missing from your resolution, is that you should expect that you hit the wall. This is a phase that your brain has to go through. Some people call it deception, which is very similar. It's what is going on in your self-talk. Some people call it resistance, which is maybe the emotional sensation that we get when we hit that phase, that second phase of habit change. And this phase of habit change can happen anywhere from after the first couple of days into the first or second week of whatever healthy habits we're trying to change. Okay, so this applies no matter what your goal is. Your goal could be to start saving money. Your goal could be to put on healthy, lean muscle. Your goal could be to be a better partner. Your goal could be to accomplish some big goals in your business. Doesn't matter. Anytime you are making a lifestyle change or a lifestyle shift, your brain has to go through 3 different stages before it gets to your new identity. So right now, if you're in inception, what you're feeling is you're still super excited about whatever it is that you're going to accomplish. You're still waking up in the morning, like thinking about that thing. If you're in resistance, you're going to start to feel some inertia. You're going to start to feel some self-sabotaging behaviors want to come back in. You're probably talking yourself out of whatever the action steps are that you need to take in order to create that healthy lifestyle change, or to achieve whatever goals are that you're wanting to achieve this year in 2021. This is the thing. It really takes some support and some self-perspective to move through the resistance phase onto the other side of healthy change, which is where these habits have become your identity. All right? So first, realizing this can help to give you yourself a little bit of a breather with whatever your self-talk is that is going on right now, because it's all part of the process. It's all beautiful. It's all perfect. The thing is that it really helps to have somebody or a group of people around you to help walk you through when you get to those real icky resistance points in your healthy change. But I also see that there are problems in how people are initially setting themselves up with a lifestyle change. So these are the three things that might be missing from your New Year's resolution. So you can ask yourself what your resolution is, if you have any, or what your hopes, wishes, goals, desires, dreams are for the new year. And then ask yourself if these three components are part of that. So first is your goal a long-term lifestyle change? Is your goal a long-term lifestyle change? So it's great to say, I'm going to lose those 10 pounds in January. Awesome. Many of us would be healthier, perhaps, if we were able to drop some pounds. However, if that's as far as that discussion has gone with you internally, I want to caution you, because you're focusing on the end result, and you might know how you need to get there in the short term, but how are you going to stay there long term? What habits are you putting in place now that are daily lifestyle and habit changes that are sustainable and healthy and demonstrate self-love towards yourself on the daily, that you can do long term? Okay? If we are just focused on the short term, we might get that short term result, but we are not going to get the long term result. We're not going to keep all of that hard work that we're doing. Same can be true for financials. Okay, you might say, I'm going to pay off an extra $500 or $1,000 of credit card debt this month. Or I want to save an extra $1,000 this month. Or I want to contribute an extra $1,000 this month, which would be amazing, right? All of these things are amazing goals. You might achieve that goal in the short term, but if you don't change the habits that you need to change on the daily, your money mindset, your relationship with money, your daily money habits, you will not keep that goal. So ask yourself, with your resolution, with your goals, with your desires, dreams, intentions for this year, are they focused on long-term lifestyle change? And if not, how can you start shifting that? The second thing that might be missing from your New Year resolution is actionable steps to take to get there. This is often dependent on your personality type, I find. So some of us are real drivers, and we decide a goal, and what we love about making the goal is actually making all the steps and checking them off to get there. Others of us love to dream and envision the goal, and we love to be emotional about the goal, but we're not maybe all that great about figuring out what our specific action steps need to be in order to attain that goal, and then writing those action steps down on a calendar or a planner in a way that they can be seen visually by you every day, but that also you have the accountability to yourself in that way. So in order to achieve anything, we can't just wish and hope that that thing will happen. We actually have to figure out what the steps are to get there. I was very, very guilty of the wishing and hoping for a lot of different periods of my life for different goals in my life. Like, oh man, I wish that I could make an extra $1,000 this month. It would make such a big difference. And then it would just stay there. It would just stay as a sort of like pleading, desperate wish to the universe that something would change. Not said in a good energy, trusting the universe or trusting that God was going to provide the opportunity for that, but just like an energy of begging rather than an energy of trusting and being in action toward that thing that I wanted. Okay? So ask yourself, have you taken the time to figure out the steps that you need to take to do the thing? And then have you figured out when those steps are going to need to happen? What's the sequence of them? When do you want to implement them? When do you need to be checking in with yourself with those things? Do you have those actionable steps? The third thing that might be happening with your goal is that you're not looking at your goal comprehensively enough. You're not looking at your goal big picture. Really easy example again for this. It's just like the low-hanging fruit, forgive me. Everybody has a weight loss goal for January. They feel like they have overindulged during the holidays. They have to make up for their sins. They want to punish themselves. I don't support any of these ideas, by the way. But it's just where a lot of our mindsets are, right? Like we can make up for lost ground in January and we're going to have a weight loss goal. Okay, great. Problem is that a lot of us don't realize all of the different factors that might be going into a weight loss goal. We might not understand how our stress level is playing into our body's inability to lose weight or wanting to hang on to weight. We might not understand how our hormones are playing in, especially for women, how our hormones and our hormonal cycle might be playing into any kind of weight challenges, whether you want to gain weight or you want to lose weight or you want to maintain. We might not understand that there's other tools to use other than just diet and exercise, other than move more and eat less, which is the thing that we're so commonly told, that can help to leverage everything that we're doing, not just to lose weight, but to create a fully healthy lifestyle in every category, in every area of our life. And if we only focus on weight loss as being the thing that's going to ultimately bring us fulfillment and happiness, how often do we actually feel that if and when we achieve that goal? I submit to you that it's not very often, because yes, having a healthy weight is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful goal to attain to. But if we don't step back and look at the bigger picture and ask ourselves, why is that so important to me right now? And what is really behind that in the first place? What do I think I'm going to get out of achieving that? How am I going to achieve it long term? What are the action steps I need to take to get there? But then also, am I using all of the tools at my disposal to achieve that goal if that's something that truly is resonating with my higher self and with my soul? And if you don't have all of the holistic modalities at your fingertips in order to achieve those things, you may have a much more difficult time achieving them. And I also will say, I think you will not feel as fulfilled as you achieve your goal. So what I love about having a lot of different holistic modalities at my disposal now, from a lot of different standpoints, from a lot of different study, from a lot of personal struggle, is that I'm not just relying on one or two things to get me to where I want to go. I'm relying on 20 different things, and I'm picking and choosing at any different moment what is going to serve me the best for how I'm feeling, what's going on in my life circumstances, what's working for me, what isn't. This is why I'm so excited to offer my VIP one-on-one coaching for you this year. I have created a program where you get to do a holistic lifestyle makeover from the ground up. During this, we are going to be making a long-term lifestyle plan change for you. We are going to be looking at things extremely comprehensively. We are going to be creating action steps with each other on the weekly and for you on the daily. And at the end of this 12-week period that we'll be working together, you will have long-term lifestyle change that you will be able to keep and continue to draw upon from a wide range of modalities. So if that sounds like something that is intriguing to you, if you're tired of the same old sorts of resolutions that you make and then you feel shame about when you get to the end of January, let's talk about how we can look at your lifestyle a little bit more comprehensively, and let's talk about some other tools that we can get in your toolbox. I'm talking about essential oils. I'm talking about herbalism. I'm talking about holistic stress management. I'm talking about doing a home detox together where we get some of the products out of your home that might actually be impeding your quality of life and your overall health quotient. There are so many things that we can draw upon to help make your life more fulfilling and satisfying while you're in process with whatever you're trying to achieve. I don't care what the goal is. I think what we forget is that the process to get there is actually where we live our life. And when we can live our life from a deep seated sense of our worthiness, of taking time for ourselves to explore, to really figure out if our priorities are really what we want, and then figuring out more fulfilling ways of achieving those things, I think the results that we get long term are amazing, but the way we enjoy that process completely changes. So instead of it being you're using your New Year resolution to punish yourself for something, you can create healthy, long term, comprehensive lifestyle change from a holistic standpoint that you can just squeeze all the juiciness out of every moment of that process because it is fulfilling and it is enjoyable. And I am so excited to offer that opportunity to you. So if that's something that you're interested in exploring, I want to invite you to jump on a free 15-minute discovery call with me. I'm just opening my calendar up for the month of January for these, and after that, I don't know that I'll have the availability because the program is filling up quickly. You can go to bit.ly/discoverwitheryn, all lowercase, to book your time at your convenience where we can chat about your holistic lifestyle and what you would like to see long term, what you want to learn, what you want to explore, maybe what you'd like to change. And let's do that together. So excited to wish you a happy new year in this way. Check out your own resolutions, do a little bit of self-reflection with these 3 areas. Again, those are, do you have a plan for long-term change? Do you have actionable steps to get there? And do you have a comprehensive plan? If you don't, I'd be honored to help you. So we'll see you next time.